At a family meeting, my dad laughed. The vacation's only for family. Without you. I said nothing. 5 days later, when Mom tried to withdraw $5,000, I blocked the card and sent, "Pay without me." Panic ensued. I knew something was off when Dad laughed at the dinner table. Sunday evening, my parents' house. The whole family gathered for what Mom called a planning meeting. Dining room table covered with travel brochures, Caribbean cruises, all-inclusive resorts, beach photos printed from the internet. Dad leaned back in his chair, glass of wine in hand, smiling. Summer vacations just for family this year. Without you. The whole table erupted. My brother Marcus clapped. Actually clapped. My sister Nicole snorted wine through her nose, laughing. Mom smiled like it was the punchline to a joke everyone was in on except me. It wasn't a joke. I sat there, fork halfway to my mouth, pasta getting cold, staring at them. "What?" I said quietly. Dad gestured with his wine glass. Casual, like he was discussing the weather. The vacation, Mom and me, Marcus and his wife, Nicole and her boyfriend. We're thinking 2 weeks in Cancun, but you're not invited. You understand? I didn't understand. Why? Because, Mom said, dabbing her mouth with a napkin, you've made it clear you don't value family time, so we're taking a real family trip. The people who actually care. My brother raised his glass. To family who show up. They all clinked glasses, laughing, drinking, moving on to discuss resort amenities. I sat there, silent, trying to process, trying to understand what I'd done to deserve this. 3 weeks earlier, I'd taken a weekend trip to Colorado with my girlfriend Emily, just the two of us, Thursday through Sunday, 4 days. We'd been planning it for months. Hiking, camping, cheap beer around a campfire, quiet time away from work, away from stress, away from family. I hadn't invited my parents because it wasn't their trip. It was ours, Emily and me. Couples weekend. Normal thing that normal couples do, but they found out from Instagram. Emily had posted a photo. Mountains, sunset, me with my arm around her. Caption, best weekend. Within 2 days, my sister called me selfish. My brother sent a long text about how I'd changed, how I used to value family, how I was different now, distant. Mom dropped the guilt bomb in a voicemail. We've always been there for you. Every birthday, every holiday, every crisis. But you run away like we don't exist, like we're nothing to you. I'd tried to explain. It was just a weekend, just a trip. I'd see them at the next family dinner. Nothing had changed, but apparently everything had changed. I'd thought this Sunday barbecue was Mom's peace offering, a chance to reconnect, to move past the Colorado drama. Instead, they'd planned this, a coordinated humiliation, in front of everyone, making sure I knew exactly where I stood. I set down my fork, stood up. I'm going to go. Nobody said anything. Nobody asked me to stay. Nobody apologized. Mom was already showing Nicole photos of resort pools on her phone. I left, got in my car, drove home in silence. Emily was waiting at my apartment, saw my face. What happened? I told her. Everything. The vacation announcement, the laughter, the toast. She was furious. That's cruel. That's incredibly cruel. I don't understand what I did. You didn't do anything. You took one weekend for yourself, and they're punishing you for it. I nodded, tried to let it go, tried to move on. 5 days later, Friday afternoon, my phone buzzed. Bank alert. Attempted withdrawal, $5,000, declined, daily limit exceeded. My stomach dropped. The account, the old joint account Mom and I had opened when I was 19, for emergencies, in case something happened to me at college. She was still on it. I'd never closed it because I'd never thought I needed to. There was about $8,000 in there, savings from years ago, emergency fund I'd built up, forgotten about mostly, just sitting there. She'd tried to take $5,000. The only reason it failed was the $400 daily withdrawal limit I'd set years ago when I first got the account. Paranoid about fraud. It had saved me. I called the bank immediately. I need to freeze that account. Right now. Of course, sir. May I ask why? Unauthorized access attempt. I'll freeze it immediately. You can come in Monday to close it or remove the other account holder. I'll be there Monday morning. I hung up, sat there, staring at my phone. They weren't asking for money anymore. They weren't calling to say they needed help. They weren't even pretending. They were just taking. I opened the account online, changed the account memo to pay without me. Then I logged out. 1 hour later, my phone exploded. Mom first, there's been a mistake with the bank account. Can you call me? It's important. Dad, your mother's trying to pay for the vacation deposit. The account isn't working. Fix it. Marcus, dude, seriously? You're blocking Mom from the account over a stupid argument? Nicole, series of laughing emojis. Then a screenshot. The declined transaction showing $5,000 withdrawal attempt. Caption, when your tantrum affects the whole family, I replied to the group chat. One word. Okay. Then I muted it. But I didn't stop there. I started planning. I opened my laptop, went through every account, every connection, every shared access point, removed Mom and Dad from my emergency contacts at work, removed them from my medical records, removed them from my insurance beneficiaries, removed them from everything, changed every password, email, bank, social media, everything, made them all different, made them all complex, closed the joint account entirely online, transferred the funds to a new account at a different bank, one they didn't know about, called my apartment complex. I I need to update my authorized visitor list. Remove these 3 names. Gave them Mom, Dad, Marcus, Nicole, all of them. None of them could access my building anymore without me buzzing them in. 3 days later, Tuesday evening, I came home from work around 6. My apartment door was unlocked. I always locked it. Always. Paranoid habit from living in the city. I pushed it open slowly, cautiously. My parents were inside, sitting in my living room like they owned the place. Dad was flipping through my photo albums, the old printed ones from college, my private things. Mom had brought an overnight bag, like she'd planned to stay. It was sitting by the couch. My sister Nicole was sprawled on my couch, shoes kicked off, feet on my coffee table, scrolling her phone, eating my snacks. What the hell? I said. Mom stood up, smiled, sweet, fake. We needed to talk. You weren't answering your phone, so we let ourselves in. Emily appeared behind me. She'd driven over separately, walking up just as I opened the door. You broke into his apartment, she said. Not a question, a statement. Mom gave her an icy look, cold, dismissive. This is family business, private. It doesn't concern you. Dad set down my photo album, looked at Emily. This is your fault. He wasn't like this before you. You've changed him, poisoned him against his own family. Nicole laughed. He's being such a flake. It's embarrassing. How did you get in? I asked. Mom smiled. I kept a copy of your key from when you first moved in, just in case. Mother's intuition. You need to leave. Right now. We're not leaving until we settle this, Dad said, standing up. Voice, firm, authoritative. The voice he used when I was a child and he was laying down the law. You embarrassed us. You blocked the account. You're acting like a child and you owe us. Owe you what? A vacation. Compensation for abandoning us, for choosing her, he pointed at Emily, over your own family. Get out of my apartment. Mom's face hardened, sweet mask dropping. You're making a huge mistake. Get out. They left slowly, dramatically, making a show of it. Dad grabbing his jacket, Mom picking up her bag, Nicole putting her shoes back on with exaggerated movements. At the door, Mom turned, looked right at me. You're going to regret this. You have no idea what you've just done. The door closed. Emily immediately locked it. Deadbolt. Chain. That was insane, she said. They kept a key. They broke in. That's illegal. I called the landlord that night. Someone entered my apartment without permission today. I need the locks changed. Tomorrow, if possible. Was it a break-in? Should I call the police? It was my parents. But yes, I don't want them to have access anymore. I'll have maintenance change the locks first thing tomorrow morning. That night, lying in bed, I couldn't sleep. My mind racing, trying to figure out what to do, how to protect myself, how to stop this from escalating. Then I thought of someone I hadn't spoken to in years. My Aunt Denise, Mom's younger sister, the family black sheep. The one Mom called unstable, the one Dad called toxic, the one who'd been cut off from family events years ago after some argument I'd never fully understood. I'd always liked her. She'd been kind to me as a kid. Funny, real in a way the rest of the family wasn't. I found her number, old contact I'd never deleted. Sent a text at 2 a.m. Aunt Denise, this is your nephew. I think we need to talk about Mom and Dad. Response came 30 seconds later, like she'd been waiting. I've been wondering when you'd figure it out. Coffee tomorrow? We met at a diner Wednesday morning. She brought a folder, manila, thick. Your mother's been manipulating people for years, she said. No preamble, no small talk, just straight to it. You're not the first, won't be the last, unless someone stops her. She opened the folder. Bank statements, emails, receipts, everything organized, dated, highlighted. They borrowed $10,000 from me in 2019, said it was for emergency roof repairs. I saw the damage myself, believed them, transferred the money. She showed me a photo. Their house, roof perfectly fine. 2 weeks later, they posted vacation photos from a cruise. 7 days in the Caribbean. Premium cabin, all-inclusive, costs about $10,000 for 4 people. More photos. Mom and Dad, Marcus and Nicole, on a ship, beaches, drinks. All the photos I remembered seeing. The trip they said they'd saved forever for. They never paid me back. When I asked about it, they said I'd given it as a gift, that I was trying to hold it over them. Your mother stopped speaking to me, told the whole family I was unstable, vindictive, making things up. I stared at the evidence, processing. I have more, she said, if you want it. I want all of it. We spent 3 hours building a case, going through everything. She had years of documentation, text messages asking for grocery money with vacation photos posted the same week. Venmo requests labeled textbooks for Nicole that matched concert ticket purchases. Screenshots of Dad begging for car insurance helped the same week he bought a $3,000 flat-screen TV. Pattern after pattern, lie after lie. I added my own documentation, the $5,000 withdrawal attempt, screenshots of the group chat, photos they'd posted of the Cancun resort they were planning, cost $12,000 for 2 weeks, the money they'd tried to take from my account. What are you going to do? Denise asked. I'm going to make sure everyone knows the truth. Thursday, I closed every shared account, removed them from every system, every connection severed, changed my phone number, gave the new one only to Emily and Denise, nobody else. Friday, I posted one photo to Facebook, tagged the whole family, mom's side, dad's side, everyone. The photo was my parents in Aruba from 2021, the trip they'd taken the same month they'd called me crying about being broke, about needing rent money, the $2,000 I'd transferred to help them, money I'd never seen again. Caption: sometimes the people who call you selfish are just mad you stopped funding their lifestyle. Here's the emergency they needed $2,000 for in March 2021. Aruba, all inclusive. While I ate ramen to make up for helping them with rent, the family exploded. Comments poured in, cousins messaging, aunts calling me disrespectful, uncles defending my parents, my sister posting a long rant about family traitors who air dirty laundry. I didn't respond to any of it. Just let it sit there, public, visible, true. 2 days later, Sunday morning, I got an email from my work. From HR. Subject: formal complaint. Investigation required. My stomach sank. An anonymous complaint had been filed claiming I was emotionally unstable and creating a hostile environment for my 4th grade students, that I'd been aggressive in class, that parents were concerned. I was a teacher, elementary school, 4th grade. I'd been there for 6 years. Never a single complaint. Loved my job. Loved my kids. They'd gone after my job. I called Denise immediately. They filed a complaint at my work. Anonymous. Trying to get me fired. Can you trace it? I don't know. HR wouldn't tell me anything except that I was under investigation. Give me 24 hours. She called back Monday evening. The complaint came from an IP address registered to State University, the dorm network, your sister's college. Nicole, I have a friend in IT there. He pulled the logs. Room 347, her dorm room. Timestamp matches the email send time exactly. I need a lawyer. I know someone. I'll call him tonight. Tuesday, I met with the lawyer. Brought everything. The break-in. The key they'd kept, the withdrawal attempt, the Facebook evidence, the work complaint traced to Nicole's IP address. This is harassment, he said, possibly stalking depending on the pattern. The break-in is criminal trespassing. The work complaint is defamation if it's false. What do? We document everything. File for a restraining order. Notify the school board about the false complaint with evidence. Let them handle Nicole, and we send a cease and desist to your parents. If they continue, we escalate. Do it. All of it. Wednesday, I sent one final message to the extended family group chat. Both sides, everyone who'd been commenting on the Facebook post, everyone who'd been calling me disrespectful, everyone who thought they knew the story. I attached everything, every receipt, every lie, every manipulation, the attempted $5,000 withdrawal, the break-in report I'd filed with my landlord, the false work complaint traced to Nicole's dorm IP address with timestamps, Aunt Denise's documentation of the $10,000 roof repair that became a cruise, every vacation photo paired with every "we're broke" text message asking for money. One line: before you believe their version of me, see the version of them they never mention. I'm done being their ATM and their scapegoat. Posted it. Left the group chat immediately. Didn't wait for responses. The chat apparently went silent. Denise told me later. 5 minutes of nothing, then 10. Then my dad's sister, Aunt Caroline, messaged, "This is disgusting. I can't believe I defended them." Then others. One by one. Cousins, uncles, people who'd called me disrespectful, now apologizing, now seeing it. Mom texted Emily directly. I saw it on Emily's phone. "You poisoned him. He wasn't like this before you. This is your fault. You destroyed our family." Emily showed me. Should I respond? Block her. Block all of them. She did. Thursday, the lawyer filed the no-contact order, restraining order against all 4 of them. Mom, Dad, Marcus, Nicole. Stay 500 feet away from me. Emily, my workplace, my apartment. Filed the trespassing report with police. My landlord provided the security camera footage showing them entering my building, showing Mom using a key, showing them leaving an hour later. The school board received the evidence package about Nicole's false complaint, the IP trace, the timestamps. Everything. They immediately closed the investigation into me and opened one into the complaint itself. Potential charges against Nicole for filing a false report. My landlord changed my locks that day. Installed a security camera above my door. Interior one facing the entryway. Nobody was getting in again. Friday, Emily and I found a new apartment across town. Bigger. Better. 2 bedrooms. Office space for her. Clean break from everything. Signed the lease. Put down deposit. Move-in date. 2 weeks. I deleted the family group chat, blocked every number, every social media account, every connection, started sleeping through the night again for the first time in weeks. 2 months later, mid-September, my phone buzzed. Unknown number. I almost deleted it automatically. Then I saw the preview. "Please, we need to talk. This has gone too far. Mom, new number somehow." Last attempt. I stared at it for 30 seconds, then blocked the number without reading the full message. Deleted it.